So marketing, big part of business. We're going to talk about a very small part of that today because I want to talk about the reality of word of mouth marketing. I want to talk a little bit of the old school, of the new school, and where they overlap. My name is Sierra Bailey with Doers, Shakers, Makers, and I'm here with this week's Tuesday tip for you. And that tip is to have you think about word of mouth marketing in the current social media world and in the old school world to really understand how you're spending your time and trying to get attention online. Let's first talk about what word of mouth marketing is in the old school. So that would be your friends and family sharing the information about your business, your products, your services with their circle. Short walk right over to networking, establishing connections and relationships with people, these people that you are either doing business with or are telling their connections and network about your business and services. And of course, your clients, current and past, sharing how they worked with you, letting people know basically your review or saying, oh, you should go work with this person. They really helped me with my business. So that is what the basis of word of mouth marketing is. Now, when we think about word of mouth marketing, we don't think Facebook because often that gets put into social media marketing. But the reality is if you are not paying to advertise on social media, you are essentially word of mouth marketing using social media. So it should help you think a little bit more about how to effectively use social media as a tool to encourage your people, your friends and family, to share and like your post, to get influencers to tell people about your post. That's word of mouth marketing. Once you start paying money for it, exchange of goods, people will maybe put that into social advertising or influencer advertising or things like that. But it really is the basis of word of mouth marketing. Getting reviews and having your clients endorse you on LinkedIn or Google My Business or Facebook, that's word of mouth marketing. So if you especially are approaching social media as you're posting things that you want people to be sharing, that you are asking your clients to go onto a platform and share some thoughts about working with you. If you're trying to get your information in the hands of an influencer or hope that somebody talks about you, you're trying to just engage in an online word of mouth marketing campaign. If you put a little strategy behind that, you may find that you have more success than simply putting things up that you're throwing out into the social media universe and hoping people take notice. I would love to remind you that you're not trying to get attention and to get people to admire your post, but you are trying to share things with them, to post things with them that either entertain, educate, or inspire. Now, if you are looking at social media as word of mouth, as you would if you were talking to your friends and family or in a networking group or even asking a client to keep you in mind when they talk to other people about potential maybe service needs of other people or something like that, you would want to make sure that they all understood what they were talking about. The great lesson learned when I was a jewelry designer, I constantly was having to train my family to say the right things about my business. I would say, no, you can't explain it like that. You're not really explaining it correctly. Well, when you are going to a networking group, you spend a lot of time working on that 30-second elevator introduction pitch. The whole point of it is not just to repeat what you do every week, but to let the people in the room understand who you serve and what value you can bring to the people you're serving so that they can go, oh, do I need to have that value brought to me? Or is there somebody that I know that can benefit from it and I can create that introduction and make my people happy? That kind of thing, word of mouth marketing. So when you are posting on social media, you should start to think about it in the same way. You are talking to people, either in person or online, about what you do. Without that component, there is no word of mouth. You can't expect them to stumble upon your website blindly and go telling everybody. Sure, that happens, mostly with products, because if they were services, you'd interact. But you really want to be taking the action. You want to be in charge of this and saying, I am telling people about what I do. The biggest problem that talented tiny business owners have, myself included, is that we forget to tell people about what we do. We get so excited about the doing, and we really love the creation of the products or the services and doing the work that we forget to share with people what's going on. There will be people that will be like, oh, that's what you do. Oh, I get it. This is why I always encourage one-on-ones if you are networking. Same thing if you're online. You need to be talking to people about what you're doing. That could be in groups. That could simply be engaging either on other posts, and I don't want you to be spamming, this is my business, blah, blah, blah. I want you to be getting to know people. I want you to be starting conversations and relationships. Remember, this is social media. It's not just media. Now, the next thing is that you must give them a reason to talk. They're not going to just say like, oh, Sierra educates talented tiny business owners if they have no idea that I'm doing it and they're not excited about my doing it. You have to get them excited, and you have to get them to understand why they should share whatever you're doing. So if you're making beautiful tablecloths, you want them to understand that you, one, make beautiful tablecloths, and two, that they can envision the person who should be purchasing these tablecloths. So when they are in contact with that person, or if they are that person, they're like, aha, I need that tablecloth. Oh, my cousin Judy is hosting Thanksgiving. Wouldn't this tablecloth look wonderful for her? I should tell her about that or send it to her. So first, you must talk about the things that you're doing. You must engage with people. And then you must give them a reason to talk about your product, your service, or you. They're not going to share things about you if they don't find it's exciting. You have to excite them. And the last is that you must provide them a way to talk and share. They're not going to do a lot of work. My goodness, I get products and services with people that I love, and I still seem to not go give the review or send the testimonial or do the thing. Like, not because I didn't love it, just because I'm busy with all of my own things, and I've become very good at focusing on my own important tasks, not your important tasks, unless you're my client. So I want you to remember that if you're not providing a way for them to very easily share the information, let's say a post they can share, an email they can forward, a podcast episode they can recommend. It does not all have to be content. This is just what is coming to my mind. But if they are not understanding how they can tell people about you or what you're doing or where to send them, that's a big thing too. I posted in the Doers, Shakers, Makers Facebook group the other day, like, where do you want to be contacted by clients? Phone, email, text, social media messages, what's the best way? And most people really enjoyed the texting or the email, but they would go with anything. Nobody mentioned phone, so I would not hand out somebody's phone number. Email, website, Facebook profile, great ways to connect people. So word of mouth marketing, no longer just actually in person. It's really the basis of a lot of internet marketing. It's when you're on social media sites, you need to think about it as this is word of mouth marketing that I'm trying to accomplish. If I'm not buying ads and I'm not doing funnels and I'm not creating things, the reality of what this is word of mouth marketing. So treat it that way. Engage with people. Give them something to talk about. Give them a reason to talk. Get them excited about your products and services. Make sure you're telling them about them at the very least. And make sure that you're giving them an easy way to provide value to talk and share. A very simple thing. You see it on Facebook all the time. I sometimes forget and do this too. You are talking about your business in a post. You should not be talking about your business in every post, only in 1 to 2 out of every 10 posts. Make sure they're public so that your people can easily share that. If you are interested in more about word of mouth marketing, reach on out, ask me questions. There'll probably be a tiny workshop coming up on it. I'm Sierra Bailey with Doers, Shakers, Makers. If nothing else, subscribe to this channel, place that you have found the video, and get a new tip every Tuesday. And I will be back next week. Thank you.